Hi everyone, good evening. This is Preetha Saha, counselor, back for the next episode of Preetha Se Pucho. In the last session, we learned about the difference between the symptoms of an anxiety attack and a panic attack, and we learned, how to identify what we are going through, and we just explored a few tips on how to manage them. In today's session, we are going to go deeper in management of anxiety and panic attacks. So let's get started. So the first and most important thing about panic attacks is it's tough. It's really hard, and I understand that and I acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry if you have experienced a panic attack or are going through anxiety right now. And please know that I'm here for you and I understand what you're going through, and I'm here for you. A few ways how to deal with anxiety attack or a panic attack is to practice grounding techniques. Now, what is a grounding technique? Grounding techniques help us to sort of get our focus back to ourselves, because what happens when we are experiencing panic attacks or anxiety attacks, there's a sense of depersonalization. We feel that ये मेरे साथ नहीं हो रहा है, or we get too involved in that intense feelings and we feel that we are dying. So if we are constantly thinking about that um, you know debilitating symptoms that I'm experiencing, the experience can be more longer, they will be prolonged, and it will be more upsetting. So we have to focus on something other than what is affecting me, and that's where the grounding techniques come in. The easiest grounding technique is the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. So the 5-4-3-2-1 technique is one of the easiest ways to deal with um, anxiety and panic attacks, to manage anxiety and panic attacks. Is when you are experiencing panic attack and anxiety attacks, is you have to look around the room and identify 5 objects and tell yourself, okay, I can see the the cupboard, I can see the television, I can see the AC, I can see the window, I can see the curtain on the window. So 5 things that I can identify, and just observe them deeply. Just observe them. 4 things that I can sense. I can sense my own self. I can, sense this. I can sense my hair. I can sense the remote. I can sense my blanket. 4 things that I can. So it's, you can go around the room and ground yourself. Touch objects with different textures. Three sounds that I can hear. So right now I can hear the sound of the fan. I can hear the birds chirping. I can hear the whistles of the pressure cooker. So 3 sounds. So I have to focus on them and just try to concentrate completely on those 3 sounds. Two smells that I can identify right now. So I'll go around the room. So okay, something's cooking, so I can smell whatever is cooking. One, I can smell myself, I can smell my hair, whatever. I can go around the room and smell. One of the greatest things that works with me when I'm feeling really anxious is, I have certain essential oils that I open and I just smell them deeply and just try to be present in the moment. So that is one great way. And finally, the last thing, one taste that I can taste right now. So whatever, you drink water and you just try to be aware of the taste, the texture of the water, the temperature of the water. So you be in there in that moment completely. So being present, being mindful. And the best thing about the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise is it's not rigid. You can start with 5 tastes, 5 smells, 5 textures. So whatever it is that you want to do, you can do any number of them. The point is, the focus now has to be on something else that I have control over, things that calm me down. So it's really great. The second thing, while doing all of this grounding exercises, I have to keep a check on my breathing. So because of the anxiety and the panic attack, the breathing gets affected, and I experience shallow breathing, or I feel that I'm being choked. So it's very important to try and breathe deeply. So you can either do the pranayam, or while doing this, while you're smelling those nice smelling things in your house, your perfumes, your moisturizers, you can breathe deeply and try to count the number of breaths. You can inhale to the count of 3, exhale to the count of 5, hold the breath between inhalations and exhalations till the next inhalation and inhalation. So you can try to focus on your breathing. It takes a lot of practice, because the first time you experiencing it is very very challenging, and you may not know what's happening to you. But if this is something that happens to you on a regular basis, these are things that you can practice. So you can do them when you are not getting a panic attack. So you are training your mind to. हम लोग CPR practice कैसे करते हैं? Only if somebody is dying do we do the CPR? No, right? We practice it beforehand, and if by any bad luck, if somebody is getting injured in front of us, or needs that support, then we are able to do it. So the same way we have to keep ourselves alert and practice mindfulness techniques and deep breathing techniques. Breath work is very very important. Journaling, guys, I cannot emphasize how much journaling is wonderful to deal with anxious thinking. Writing down your thoughts and feelings regularly is so helpful to deal with panic attacks or anxiety attacks, because you get it out of your system and you talk about it to someone, which is your own self. You just write it down, and sometimes when you write it down you feel so much lighter. So journaling really really helpful. Relaxation techniques, there are many guided meditation videos available on YouTube. There are some things called progressive muscle relaxation guided imagery. These meditations are available on YouTube, and you can use these relaxation techniques. These are wonderful strategies that you can use to deal with your panic attacks and your anxiety attacks. One thing that if you can do would be great is, if you are going through such a difficult time, confide it into someone. You don't push it inside. उसको दबा के मत रखिए, किसी को बोलिए. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, and if it's not a friend and family member, you can tell a colleague. And if you really want to work your problem, you can work through your problem and learn how to tackle it and learn how to get out of it. Nothing is better than talking to a therapist. There are so many apps available, sites available, toll-free numbers available for people to just call people and professionals and seek help. So this is one of the best things you can do for yourself if you're experiencing anxiety, panic, depression, or anger issues. You are not alone. People are there who are trained and equipped to help you to deal with your situation. So please ask for help. उसको दबा के मत रखिए. Don't be in denial. वो बात बढ़ती जाएगी, वो escalate हो जाएगा, and one day like a volcano it will just erupt or it will implode like a black hole. So both will damage. वो pressure cooker फट जाएगा तो सामने वाले को भी लेके फटेगा वो. तो don't do it to yourself. Don't hurt yourself by denying your needs and necessities and denying your problems. Reach out, ask for help. If you need, you can just message me, DM me, and I will try to help you as much as possible. This is Preetha Saha, counselor in Preetha Se Poocho. I'm always there for you. Hugs and healing, signing off.